What is happening, y'all? Welcome on back. We are ready to continue. So, I know I just got some new armor, but I'm switching over to the Yarghouls. I just really like how this armor looks. I'd say it's like my top three in terms of armors that I like. But we are heading on over to the Forbidden Woods. So, we want to hop over to Cathedral Ward. And Forbidden Woods is rather long. This is probably going to be a 2, maybe even a 3-parter to get all the way through this. We have an entire starting section with like a village, and then we make our way into the woods themselves. The woods themselves, there's like 2 different paths to go through. Basically, there's a lot. There's a lot to do here. Anyway, so we can go either way. You can go to the left or you can go straight. Personally, I think this way is a little bit quicker, but I've never actually timed it. They're almost identical. But we want to get over to that door that I had talked about, where I said the door was locked and we couldn't go past it. We're heading on over there. See, we're moving quick enough. This guy is like, wait a minute, there's a person there? So just, you know, keep cruising. You can obviously kill these guys if you want. There's really no reason to. You know, we're not really worried about them at all. And you'll meet Alfred along the way. So go ahead and talk to him. We talked about the Vial bloods, but there's nothing else we really get from him for the time being. He's going to mention Canehurst Castle, and we're actually going to get the imitation to that in just a little bit. So talk to this guy, fear the old blood. Then you'll notice that he is already dead. He's been dead. So anyway, get the madman's knowledge and then jump on down. Check my notes here. Yes, okay, so we're gonna follow the path all the way down until we can loop up and we'll get some twin shards. This is kind of the entrance of the Forbidden Woods, so just take this along. And you can see that there's kind of a split right here. We have this path that can head on up, or we can keep going down. Instead, we're gonna go up here first. That's the twin shards. And then we're going to build this guy. All that stuff you're being hit with by this dude is oil. So it's annoying, but as long as you're not up against somebody that has a torch, it's really not that big of a concern. Build them. Executioner, Madman's, and a Bloodstone. So keep heading up. My fire thing, there we go. And we should have an Executioner up ahead. Thankfully, we got a little bit of practice with those guys earlier, so they aren't nearly as scary as they used to be. We got a Blood Gemstone and more Madman's Knowledge. Alright, next we're gonna work our way on down to the lantern, and then there's some crows guarding some antidotes, so we'll pity on the corpse. We'll kill the crows first, and then we'll go ahead and we'll hit the lantern. There we go. This is going to be a shortcut. We get that quite a bit later, just don't worry about it for now. And here we are at our lantern. The antidotes, make sure you have those on. There's a lot of poison in this area, so it'll be just good to have them on the quick bar. There's 2 enemies on the bridge that we're going to need to take out. We have this one, and then the other one, right up ahead. You want to be a little bit careful running through here. You can see these planks right here in front of us. Those planks are going to trigger a trap. You can kind of see it up top, but just to show what happens, see a big old thing that's going to swing down and try to bonk you on the head. If you're really fast, you can actually run and hit that, and the trap might even kill the enemies that are here. But that's, you know, it's kind of a risky play. I don't want to recommend new players potentially get themselves killed doing something like that. And so we have the twin blood shards. We avoided the trap. There's going to be one enemy on the right up ahead. And there's no loot over there. But, you know, just this guy kind of by himself off in the middle of nowhere. Just figured I'd point it out. Get some loot off of them potentially. But the only real thing over here is you can kind of jump and use this as a shortcut to skip these enemies that you see, but they're really not that bad to deal with. But what we are going to do, as you can see, a bunch of them have lanterns. Right over here, this one that's by the dogs, he actually has oil. And so the whole trick to this area is this guy is supposed to hit you with the oil, and then the other ones tear you up with the fire. So we're going to drop down right here and just donk on this guy. Ooh. I don't recall getting hit by the oil, but one of them might have hit me. Anyway, with everybody dead, now we can just pick up this loot that's laying right here. I believe that is everything. Let's see. One enemy in the right up ahead can kill or avoid, but go left for cold blood, then reverse and plunge. Oh, I didn't grab the cold blood up top. That's what I believe I did. There we go. There's the cold blood. Alright, afterwards we're going to make a sharp right back here for a skitters. And some crows. Right. Now heading on over this way. If we proceed ahead, oh, we can go up and show it. But if you walk out onto these planks, they're going to crumble and it's going to drop you into town. You don't want to do that. Instead, we're going to kind of work our way into the town. So this little hill right here, you can actually head on over this way. So go on up the hill. And then there's an enemy right here. This is going to be our first one we got to kill. Blood vials, excuse me. Grab this. Let's see, cold blood up ahead, trapped by the town gate. We're gonna ignore the gate and go left. Cold blood. Just ignore the gate. As you can see, there's more things. There's another thing that'll drop down on top of us. But we're not even gonna worry about the town right now. We're gonna be clearing through that backwards later, so for now, just ignore it completely. Instead, we're going to go up this way. And there's a couple different things we want to do over here. A couple different loots to get. Talk to this house. Just run through. It's going to give us the Tonsil Stone. This will help us get to an area a little bit later. Let's see. Quicksilver bullets. Talk to the guy. We want to swing left for the dogs and then around the house for a crow and up a ladder. Gosh, we're dead. Top, we got an outfit waiting for us up here along with some more crows. White church sent crows up top, around the corner, an open gate on the right. It's impressive that that dog managed to dodge as much as it has. Oh my god, would you stop this? Jesus. Mangy mutts. So swing around this way. This guy, if he came from this direction, he would have pulled this gate and dropped it down on us, so we just killed him so that he can't do that. And the house for the blue elixir. Let me see. Outside and then right inside for beast roar. Kill the snatcher, grab the vials. Okay. So we're gonna grab this. Him. Beast roar, which I believe is our first arcane tool at this point. And then we have a body snatcher right here. Now, since we've already been taken to the zone, if we go dying to body snatchers, we're not just going to be teleported to the zone every time. You know, we've already had our zone teleport, so if you are dying to body snatchers here on out, the only thing you're going to have is death. Him. And this, and now we have fully cleared the top of this area. Now we can actually go down into the town still, but it's much easier to approach the town from this top point. But before we even do that top point, there is an area at the back of the map that's kind of tucked away that we're going to explore. So the main reason for doing all this now was to clear out all the loot in that area. But take this path just right past the dogs. Let's see, run back where the dogs were. Antidote is in the back, and then we're gonna come out into the river. Get the antidotes that are in the back. We're gonna want these in the next area we're going into. Alright, now this river is kind of like a poison swamp. You know, it wouldn't be a Souls-like without a poison swamp. But there's a couple different things that we can do here. The first thing we're going to do is lure this decrepit giant guy on over, and we're going to fight him over here. If we can avoid fighting in the swamp, that's great, because, as I mentioned, it's a poison swamp. You could also toss on either the church set or the Gascon set to reduce the poison buildup, but first thing is to take this guy out. Alright, so with him dead, we will switch things up. So between the two of them, they're actually very, very close, as you can see. This one a little bit better against rapid poison, this one a little bit better against slow poison, and slow poison is what we are up against, so go on and toss on all of that. Alright, let's see. Lure of a big boy kill. We have a cold blood over on the right. And then head left for another giant and dirty blood gemstone. So we're gonna go kill this one next. I'm gonna stay on the sandy portions as much as possible. If the worms spawn, just whack away at them. The worms are honestly the more annoying thing to kill here. They're more annoying than the giants, in my opinion. Because there's no real easy way to beat these worms. Oh my god. Yeah, as you can see, the worms are fairly deadly. This weapon does a pretty good job of taking care of them. Let's see, cold blood left for another giant, dirty blood gemstone. Move left and do arcane. We didn't get the dirty blood gemstone from him. That's okay. But head on over this way. Just follow this path. Back into this cave. There's a bunch of worms here. I wouldn't even bother messing with them, honestly. Just run back here, grab that, pop an antidote, and then we're gonna run on out. Really not worth fighting past all the worms. Alright. There should be... There's the dirty blood gemstone. And then we're gonna swing on into here. One more antidote. And then we'll pop out for one last loot right here. And then if you want, you can kill this giant. You don't have to, but, I mean, we've killed the other two, we might as well, right? I was hoping he would approach me there. And they're worth 3,000 a pop as well, which is pretty easy because for how easy they are to kill. Alright, let's see. A second ladder. And go up. Exit for some loot, then ladder and up. A second ladder, and then we have some cold blood, and we can open the gate for an exit. Big old ladder up. Remember to hold your circle on your controller to climb these a little bit quicker. All right. Get the cold blood. And then pop this on open. Now, if you look carefully, you'll recognize where we are at. This is the very start of the game. Go right back in here. This is Yosefka's clinic. Right on out here. This is the very, very beginning, Central Yharnam all over again. And this will give us a back entrance into Yosefka's clinic, where we'll discover that everything is not as it seems. Head on over this way. I would go one-handed mode for this. We're going to be coming up on a brain sucker. So this will be the first time it actually really tries to get you with combat. If we can sneak, that'd be great. Nope, we're not going to be able to sneak. He sees us already. That's okay. Just don't let him grab you. There we go. Burn up his jiggly ass with those bullets too. That man's knowledge. Second ladder, cold blood. Let's see. Bullets in a brain sucker. Take the ladder near the well. I don't think there was anything else here. There was not. Kill the crows, head inside. Take a left for rune and chest, and then come out other way. Yes. Okay. Alright, so up top, we gotta take down these crows real fast. Just barely not enough to kill them with an R1. Fortunately, I have a ton of souls right now, so, or echoes, but leveling up will be quite good. Just a little bit here. Alright, so let's run inside. Make a left and go this way. This guy we can kill. This is the suspicious man that we sent. Or not this, the guy who didn't believe us when we told him where we were going. So just kill him. You're probably like, hold on, we told an alien to come here, and no, not quite. But what's happening here is the real Yosefka is long and dead, and it's been replaced by something that's not Yosefka, and it's been experimenting turning people into aliens. Very on brand for Bloodborne. You start this game and you think it's all about werewolves and shit. Turns out it's not about werewolves and shit. It's actually about Cthulhu and aliens and all kinds of weird stuff that's going on. So this door will lead you on up to the fake Yosefka.
Ah, moonlit set. You were very unfortunate. Well, I won't make any excuse. Things need not change. But if I will.
So anyway, she'll say, you know, you need to leave. You don't belong here. If you proceed fast and head on up there, you're going to have to fight her. Now, there are two potential outcomes that I want to address here. Basically, you can either choose to kill her right now. If you do, you will get a rune. That rune will allow you to steal visceral bullets when you're in fights. That's the real Yosefka. That's why we just picked up a blood vial there. open this up. You can see this is the very beginning of the game. So you can either kill her right now, and you can get that rune, and you can, you know, do that if you want. Alternatively, if you decide to leave her alive, you can get 1/3 of the umbilical cords. Now, as I mentioned, there are 4 instances of this in the game. There's the one that we already picked up. You get 1 from the final boss, so that means that there is 1 more that you need. Now, the 2 ways to get the 3rd one are either from her or from the quest line of the prostitute. The prostitute. The prostitute's quest, Ariana, you can't take more than 2 blood from her, because you need her to stay alive all the way till the end of the game, and she basically gives birth to a weird squiggly alien thing. You need to kill them both to get the 1/3. Alternatively, you can just choose not to kill Yosefka here, and she will die when the blood moon comes, and you can get a 1/3 that way. However, if you don't kill her here, you won't be able to get the rune. And the rune you can get from her is actually quite nice, because every time you visceral, you're going to get back 2 bullets. So if you are somebody that is good at getting off visceral attacks, I would suggest killing her now and getting that rune. If you are somebody that is either struggling in this fight or just not confident in general, or whatever the case is, don't bother. Regardless, before we go and even attempt this fight, we are going to warp out, because 42,000 echoes is a lot of echoes to bring into this fight. She's actually pretty challenging. If you want to kill her for the rune, but you don't think you can kill her right now, that's fine. You can kill her all the way up until you do Ram, which is quite a little. Well, let me see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So probably in about 4 or 5 episodes. Either way, we're actually gonna, you know what, now that I think about looking at my notes, we're not gonna kill her just yet, but we have those shortcuts all opened up, which is good, because we'll be able to go right back to her. But there's 1 more person that we want to send to her clinic to make things easier for us. So instead, let's level up a bunch, and we'll try and make our way through the rest of the area. Look at all those beautiful blood echoes we have.
Very well.
Always doing the accidental emotes.
Let me stand close.
Oh my god. I swear I'm not moving my controller. I wish I could turn off gestures. That up to almost at 30. Almost at 30. Once that's at 30, it's one of the soft caps. +6. Okay, this is good. So let's hit this and warp back. And we're gonna run on back to the village, basically where we killed the bagman. I even like had in my notes to skip her, but I'm just so bloodthirsty. I was like, yeah, we should kill her. We should kill her right now. Which in retrospect, I could have just walked down through that door. I didn't have to use a bold hunter's mark, but whatever, they're cheap. So anyway, to get back, we're just gonna run right through. It's always good to show this in case like you die, so you're like, oh, so that's how we haul ass back and avoid everything. There's our gate. Let's make a left. Two dogs should have been like the only real thing that... Third dog. Put on some Molotovs. We're going to be picking up more in just a moment. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is right over here. There's a bunch of enemies that are Molotov cocktail tossers. All of these guys are sitting up here, and all they want to do is throw Molotovs at you. Now the hope here is that you wouldn't have come this way. You'd actually be trying to make your way through the village from down below. And so while you're doing that, these guys are just freely tossing bombs at you and ruining your life, and it's no fun. Unfortunately for them, you have me and the guide that I bring, and you're sneaking around and killing all of them before they have a chance to do anything. Not as many dropped Molotovs as I would have hoped. That's okay. We can still do just fine with only the 2. So let's see. Work backwards into the village. Work your way, killing everything. Okay. So now that we've killed them, drop. There's the Molotovs I wanted. And now it's our turn to throw something. So down below, this whole area is basically just like oil. So we are just going to be tossing out a couple Molotovs ourselves, and it will trivialize all the enemies here. Okay, we can kill these ones real fast too before we jump back into the village. Shards, blood vial. Alright. Now we are looking good. I just feel like there should be a way in this. You know, you can... Alright, so before we do all this, there's a shortcut we're going to get here. Let's go this way. And this will put us into the village. And now we're actually going to kill everything that's back here. Won't take too long. Bunch of blood cocktails. Gonna a couple baddies right over here. You can see where we're at. That's the swamp. Right in the middle of the village is a big trap that you can fall into. You can kind of see it's just like wood that's been scrappily put together. But it is worth falling down into it just for the loot. So we got the antidotes, and then there's some more stuff up top. We really are gaining a ton of echoes going through here. Already back up to almost 20,000. And there should be this guy, and I believe that is it. Oh, here we go. Beast bloods. Alright, let's see. Last 2 rooms, second house, right for safety, cross to the left. Beast bloods, loot. Okay. Yes, that should be it. I don't believe there's anything else because we got the beast bloods and we got the loot inside this house, and then here, back here. Oh, this is where you would have fallen down if you went on that thing. I would have dropped you right here, so kind of smack dab in the middle of the village. And back out to our exit. Okay. So we're gonna get across the cannon area first, and then we'll proceed. So we already cleared out the enemies that are gonna be here. This next area, you're basically gonna be under fire, so we're gonna be just going kind of back and forth. See, I'm gonna be shooting a cannon here for the blood vials. And I like to just kind of stagger run, like go to the left, then go to the right. I do not want to die. Usually just running across from one building to the other. Not doing enough that you can actually get hit. I thought there was a loot in this building. Let me look here. First house on the right for Vial, second house on the right for safety, cross to left for baddies, bum rush the cannon. Last two rooms have beasts, baddies, and pellets. Alright. Kill them. Should be a beast across in this one. And some pellets. And that should be it. Alright, so we're going to wrap things up right here from this little building. There's still a lot to this area left, and we're actually coming up on a shortcut and an enemy that we're going to send, and then we got to fight Yasofka and a bunch of stuff. So we will wrap this one up here. We are absolutely covered in blood right now. But in the next episode, we will work our way through this area, potentially up to the main boss. And then from there, we'll continue on. So stay tuned, and I will catch you all soon enough with more of the Forbidden Woods.